So Team USA just faced off in a super close game against a good Belgium team. Even though they're missing Julie Alemon, they were still pretty good. Before we get on, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit 25,550, and we're 2 subscribers by the end, and we're 2 off. So you see these 2 players right here, AJ Wilson and Stewie. I'm sorry, if you take the 2 of these players off Team USA, I don't know how great they are. I actually don't know how great this team is if you take off those players. They're the 2 best players in the world. And this was a game. This was a ball game. This was a ball game. Like, what was it, 13 in the end? Sabrina Ionescu hit like a last second shot, and I'm going to make an entire video on that. A lot of people are calling it bad sportsmanship. It's ridiculous. It was done by Belgium. They're playing for points differential. USA realistically aren't playing for points differential, but you want to dodge France. Like, that's straight up it. If you want to look in the other group, because of how close Spain were against who was it they played against? With how close Spain were against China and how close Puerto Rico Serbia was, I don't think either of them are going to get close, but you're still playing for points differential. And you can see right there, like, this was a ball game. This was a 7-point game going into the 4th, and Belgium had their chances. Like, Julie Van Loo just went ultra cold. She went ultra cold. Like, at the start of the game, I tweeted out and I was like, Julie Van Loo, that is all. Like, Julie Van Loo had an unbelievable start to the game. She was great. And, like, you could see from this team, Delaire was pretty decent. But Emma Meesseman is a top 10 player in the world. She's a top 10 player in the world. I have no question with that. Like, again, if a team gets her into the WNBA, it's an all WNBA player. If a team can convince her to come back, that is an all WNBA player. Because as far as I'm aware, Gabby Williams is an unrestricted free agent and teams are trying to sign her. I doubt Meesseman will play because she'll probably just wait it out and play for Fenerbahce. But like, she's 2 times EuroLeague MVP? She's EuroLeague Finals MVP. And she's played with Breanna Stewart, with Fee Collier. Like, she's played with the best players in the world and she's been the best of them. Obviously, if you're wondering what the towel is for, I'm currently in Alicante with an excessive heat warning and I've got no air conditioning. And the fan is just too loud to record a video. So I go from being fine to sweating within 2 minutes and 30 seconds of starting recording. So for Team USA, Kat Copper not playing. I'm going to make an entire video about that, but like, that was kind of obviously going to happen because you can't just play 6 players that play the same position. I thought, look, to start off the game, Stewie was unbelievably good. Second half, AJ was great. First half, AJ was iffy. And I love it now because all the Caitlin Clark haters are going to have to shut up because AJ Wilson had, she had 7 turnovers. Turns out and she was great today. Turns out turnovers aren't the end of the world. Chelsea Gray, point guard with 0 points, 3 assists, 2 turnovers in 9 minutes. She couldn't guard anybody. The problem is, like, she made one really good pass and everything is just point guard. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, she is the 6th best point guard in the WNBA right now. Say it like it is. Like, she is the 6th best point guard in the WNBA. And that is just the truth. Even if you don't want to bring Clark, the fact that Natasha Cloud and Skylar Diggins-Smith are sitting at home while the team doesn't have a point guard is ridiculous. You're seeing Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionescu taking it up when they're clearly just not point guards. Jackie Young, I thought only in 8 minutes, she was good. I thought Alyssa Thomas was really good at the start of the game. Like, I didn't catch much of the third quarter. Caught a bit at the end. Caught the first half and caught a bit at the end. So, didn't see much. But I will say that Greiner, even if it is only 10 minutes a game, it's always going to be an impactful 10 minutes. Because, look, she is still one of the best players in the world when it's just her fitness and health is the issue. But Stewie, Breanna Stewart, I genuinely do think that there is some argument to be made. I don't think she's as good as AJ Wilson, but I think there are certain scenarios. Like, I think if you ask the Aces, would you trade Breanna Stewart for AJ Wilson? They'd say no. If you ask them or Liberty, I'd say no as well. And them together, It's unfair. It's unfair. They're both too good. Like, Aja Wilson is a better scorer and better interior defender. Breanna Stewart has no flaws in her game. Like, as far as female players go, there's no player in the W that has no flaws other than Breanna Stewart. She can play. You can play Breanna Stewart 1 through 5. I'd be very confident of her running point guard. I think she can play 1 through 5. The only problem is again, to be fair, like, she's shot the ball well at times in her career. If you want to say her bad shooting percentage this year means she can't shoot, then fair enough. But that's like the only flaw that she has. And then for the Belgium team, it was exactly like I thought was going to happen. Belgium showed the blueprint for how to beat Team USA. They didn't have the talent. Like, you do have Emma Meesseman, who has to play 38 minutes. You're in that game the whole way. Like, a couple of balls fall different ways. A couple of foul. Like, I don't think the refs really changed the outcome of this game. I think they let stuff go. I think both teams are going to feel hard done by because I think they missed calls both ways and then let, like, call ticky-tack fouls for both teams and then let bad things go. I don't think it was a well-refereed game. Like, as far as, like, FIBA refereed games go, I think they just did a bad job. And in Van Loo, like, look, if Van Loo goes, I think she was 1 of 10 when it was still a ball game. Like, if she goes 3 of 10 from 3, and if one of her long twos isn't foot on the line, suddenly this is a ball game. Belgium had their chances, and that's why you'd be worried if you were America, is that was an even game. Your 2 best players had to play really well, and Belgium had chances to win that game. That game was there for Belgium to win. They had easy shots that they missed. So, and obviously, so did USA. But this is the worst USA team I think I've seen as far as the women are concerned in a while. Like, I think if Julie Alleman plays that game, obviously USA probably step up and still win the game anyway. But if Julie Alleman plays in that game and USA play as badly as they did, maybe it's a different ball game. Aja Wilson, if one of Aja Wilson or Breanna Stewart decided not to play in the Olympics, because, like, look, Aja didn't play in the qualifiers because she was on her book tour. If she decided she wanted to do something else during that month instead of playing the Olympics, I don't think this team wins. Like, this is these 2 players right here. Jesus, not her. It is Breanna Stewart and Aja Wilson. They are the big 2, and nobody else. Sorry, Alyssa Thomas has actually looked okay, but nobody else on this team has looked any better than a random EuroLeague player on some teams. Like, if you're asking me who's looked better in this competition, any of Team USA's guards or Marine Johannes, who's a bench guard for France, I'd say Johannes has looked better. So I just think, again, I think it's on the selection committee. They did not bring a good team. They did not bring a good team at all. And USA, Breanna Stewart and Aja Wilson, exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. Jackie Young, again, even though she had zeros across the stat board, I thought she played well. And selection committee, you are so lucky that one of Aja Wilson or Breanna Stewart didn't just say, you know what, I'm just going to give this a miss this year. I've already won an Olympic gold, or in Breanna Stewart's case, I've already won 2 Olympic golds. Your selection committee, you're lucky. You're very lucky. Because if one of those 2 players doesn't show up, you don't win this game.